Alright. Oh, my necky. Shit. Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Muller, Sailor Red World Ray here. And today, I'm going to talk about the Sailor Moon Folkwork on Pluto. On Pluto TV, or would it be Pluto FS? Now, there's nothing wrong with the Folkwork. Sometimes the only thing that is wrong with the Folkwork is that none of the Sailor Moon drawing shows or drawing films are in English. None of them. And I know for some folks out there, they might say, oh, well, is it written into the speech? The truth is, no, it's not. It's not in English. They didn't write it into English, and it wasn't put in English. Hell, I don't think it was written or put in any other speech on a Sailor Moon Folkwork on Pluto. So, yeah, you can go on there. It can say shift to English, meaning it's going to put down words so you can read what's being said. But sadly, that's broken. It doesn't even work. And I know a lot of folks would think, you would think by now that you would think, my mistake. You would think that TOEI by now, or someone, would say, hey, the setting that lets you shift it into your speech so you can at least read what's going on, you would think that would be healed up, but no, it's not. And I know there's a slight of the Sailor Moon followership out there who, is irked and angered that it's in English, or whatever speech it's in. Folks out there who guilt or shame folks for only knowing one speech. So if there's someone out there who understands Dawnish or any of its ways, great for you. Wonderful. Then you won't have a bind watching the Sailor Moon Folkwork because you already understand the speech and it won't be a big deal. But for other folks that don't know Dawnish, don't ever spoken it, and haven't never learned any of their, and they might only, it's going to be a bind. And I know someone out there is going to say, oh, well, how much gold it worth for them to put it in English. I don't think it was worth that much gold, because back in the day, they wrote it into all the sundry speeches in the beginning. So it's not cheap to write it into the speeches either. And back in the day, Sailor Moon was written into every speech before it was put into every speech. So yeah, that's the only one bind that the Sailor Moon Folkwork happens to be in a bind with, is that it's not written into any speech at all. My necky. The setting, the tool, does not work. And I know there's going to be someone out there always is someone out there, who's going to say, oh, you just don't know how to work it. And I know there's going to be some other folks out there who maybe think that the Sailor Moon Folkwork and wonder if they got in, if TOEI has any deals of anyone else for it. And to my understanding, no, they don't. They don't got to deal with Tubi. They don't got to deal with Roku. They don't got to deal with Plex or any other, business for it. And if they did, well, you think you could put it into other speeches on there? No, I don't think you could. All they do is have a deal with Pluto, and that's it. And it's not like they went around and told anyone about this Folkwork when it came out, like sometime last year. It was a big deal. And it is a big deal, I guess. But sadly, since you can't read it, since they didn't wrote it into any of the speeches out there, and you can't watch it in your speech and you can't read it in your speech, that's going to be like a handicap. But not to the folks out there who already speak Danish or have learned Danish. Then good for them, because they can overcome that handicap like that. And I know there's going to be someone out there thinking, oh, well, you know, there's a lot of folks out there who are just too lazy to learn another speech, you know. Yeah, and well, the truth is, I would think that TOEI was only too lazy to have it written into the speech, you know. Let's be earnest about that. That setting on Pluto TV that lets you shift it into, or at least shift it into the written speech, so at least you can read what's going on. I know sometimes that it's either put it in your speech or have it written in your speech, but come on, make up your mind. They didn't want to do neither with the Sailor Moon Folkwork, you know. So I know there's going to be someone out there, and there always is someone out there that's going to say, oh, it's not a handicap for me. I learned Danish. Yeah, great for you. Wonderful for you. So you're like, oh, Sailor Moon's got a folk work, and they show all the 5 followings of Sailor Moon, including, I guess, Crystal 1, 2, and 3. I don't know about Hearst 1, 2, and 3, or Forever. I don't know about that. I know they show all 3 films. They'll be like, oh, if you want to watch the Sailor Moon Folkwork on Pluto, well, great for you. If you want to watch it there, you're going to have to learn Danish, because because it's not put into any speech, and you can't, and it's not been written in any speech, because the tool or the setting that lets you do it is broken. And as I am filming this, I don't think TOEI has healed that. And I know someone's going to say, oh, well, need be, it's not TOEI, and it's not TOEI, someone might say. It might be Pluto. Yeah, I think it might be Pluto who's answerable for this, because that tool's broken, you know. And I know that what TOEI might say, well, we can't be held, it's not our mistake that it's not, that you hit the put it into whatever speech it happens to be written into and it's not showing up. That's on Pluto. Yeah, so I think Pluto's the one that has to heal that thing. And as I'm filming this, Pluto has not healed that bug or flaw. I think it was done by goal. Someone made the call when the Sailor Moon Folkwork happened sometime last year and said, oh, do we want to put it into any speeches? Fuck no. Do we want to have it written into any speeches? Fuck no. So yeah, there were 2 no's to that. So unless you're I mean, it is sad that if you don't speak Danish, then there's really no way that you're going to get, I mean, yeah, you could watch it, but unless you speak Danish, you're not going to understand what's being said. You might understand what's going on, but you're not going to understand what's been said unless you can read it, unless it's been put into your speech or been written into your speech, unless you know Danish, which you can tell we do not. So either it's TOEI or Pluto or whoever's answerable for that they just don't care about that. I mean, now that's the end of this film. If you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to give this film a like, play and share this film. Watch the other film we made earlier this morning when Sailor Mercury or Sailor Quicksilver. And if you are new here, hit that ring to let you know the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. I, Sailor Mars, Sailor Red World Ray, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.